Students, have you ever tried making shadow puppets? Interesting, isn't it?
Virji, what are you doing? I am trying to jump over my shadow. Hey, want to try? Come.
The girl joins him and starts stepping on her shadow.
You naughty shadow! Let me catch you.
Students, these children are enjoying playing with their shadows and see how the naughty shadow is behaving.
We will now read a poem and try to understand what it is telling us about our shadow. First of all, let's read the complete poem and concentrate on correct pronunciation and rhyme scheme of the poem. My Shadow. Poem from Class 6. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me, from the heels up to the head, and I can see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. My dear students, I will explain first the two lines of the poem. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. You can see, children, the small girl is going inside the room and coming outdoors to play. She notices her shadow and it is very small, but it is following her. And what can be the use of him is more than I can see. So students, we come to the next two lines of the poem. The little girl is curiously thinking about the shadow. And what is she thinking? Why is the shadow after her? Why at all is it there? And what is its use? He is very like me, from the heels up to the head, and I can see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. My dear children, the next four lines we will do together as they are interconnected. The girl is observing that the shadow is just like her, from her feet to her head. She starts dancing and jumping on the bed. What does she see? Tell me, children. She notices that the shadow also dances and jumps like her. Try and do it with your shadow today and notice the activities, if you haven't till now. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. Coming to the explanation of next four lines, students, the girl observes that her shadow sometimes grows taller than her height. She is finding it funny because shadow is not growing like small children. Here, the comparison to a small child is shown. A child grows so slow, but the shadow grows very fast and keeps on changing its size. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. The last 4 lines of the poem, students, are very interesting. The girl looks at her shadow and notices that the shadow is different at different times during the day. Sometimes it is so long, and sometimes it is very small, or there is no shadow at all. Students, today when you go home, check your shadow, and also keep on checking it throughout the day. Observe the time when the shadow is very little or it disappears even when the sun is shining.